Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Wednesday, and it is build day 347. This build day 347 on a construction schedule here at Villa Feliz. Today, we are going to continue some of the stuff from yesterday, which is driveway, the drain in the driveway, the painting of that ledge along the edge of the perimeter fence all the way around with that terracotta color. Let's see, tiling. Remember, I picked up that tiling yesterday from Santa Rosa, so they can go ahead and complete all the tiling required inside CR number 1 on the first floor. Let's see what else. Oh, pebble rock. Pebble rock will continue today as well for all that little elevated retaining wall that elevated that high that goes around the front of the driveway. And I think that's most of it. For me, I am going to work this morning on the fence post, you know, the post that we're using by the driveway, the walkway up to the backyard, and that retaining wall so people don't fall into our driveway. I picked up a 14mm drill bit yesterday, the Mason drill bit, because I've been doing everything with a 12 and I've been reaming it out, and it's just been really difficult. To make life a little bit easier on me, I went ahead and picked up a 14 yesterday when I was at Wilcon in Santa Rosa. So that's what the plans are for today, and then let's go ahead and get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. So what you're seeing over my shoulder here, the grinding that they are doing for the drain, for that galvanized drain that's going to sit down, we're actually going to do it correctly. I've read many of the comments this morning, and in the back of my mind I knew that's the right way to do it. Instead of doing a build-up, we can still do a build-up, but we need to get the lowest section down. All the water just flows naturally into the drain in the event that this area gets saturated with heavy rains. So what they're doing is they're grinding on one side, they're grinding on another to make a nice L-shaped drop down, and they'll drop that angle iron down, and then we should have a good level all the way around for our drain, which will be lower than the concrete surrounding on the outside. And then we'll still do a little bit of a buffer. Only on one side we'll do a little hump so that water does not go around the edges of our grading. That's the correct way to do it. So let's go ahead and get started on the post in the back. Well, don't let anybody tell you there's not a better way to do something. So that way of doing the leveling with the cement to get everything level, and then coming back in later after that worriesome, and then installing your anchor bolts, it's working great. So let me show you what I did already. Just these two over here, and they went in super fast, and they're all nice and level. The 4 screws or 4 bolts here. The expansion bolts. So what we're doing here is I used this as a guide when it was inside, like this one over here, and I started with a small bit. I took the small bit and I drilled out the center for a pilot. That's a pilot. Then I went to another size larger, something like a about a 6mm, put it through there, drilled it out. Then I went with a 12, or this is a 10. This is a 10, ran a 10. I don't have anything but this really long one. And that actually works pretty good. And I drilled that out. So all of these have their hole, the pilot hole is all, and it's lined up with the exact pole that's going inside there. This one will be for here. Then the very last thing I do is I have a 13mm, and it seems like 13mm is the perfect size. It's hard to find 13. You find 12s and 14, all even numbers. But yesterday at Ace, I found a 13mm. And then after you pull it out, you run the 13mm inside there. Then what you do on your expansion bolt, you get a bunch of flat washers. And on the flat washers, what you do is you put this little nut here, you put it down not quite to where it's tight on the expansion portion. So you see what you want to do is you want to make it where, see this portion down here that expands? What we're going to do, we're going to do 2 nuts on here. Here, let me put this down for a second. We're going to do 2 nuts on here. We're going to put one here for banging on with the hammer, and this one right here is going to push down on the washers, which is going to push this section of the expansion cylinder down in. But if you hit right on here, what ends up happening without having these washers on here, it pushes this wedge, and you don't want to push the wedge, you want to push this down inside. And I'll show you what will happen after we do this. And the good thing about these washers on here and a little bit of lead weight, you're pushing on the round cylinder and not on this right here. So let's go ahead and knock it down. Then take all your washers off, and what I recommend is you make a sacrificial expansion bolt, the little cylinder that goes on the outside. And what you do is you put that over the top of this, and I don't know if you can see, if it sticks anywhere above the concrete, you might need to do this. This one actually doesn't need to do it, but I'm going to show you. If you take it and then we hit it down like this and we knock the bottom cylinder down a little bit further, it puts it deeper down inside. So when you put the weight or the bolt, when you do your torquing down of your nut on your bolt and it pulls up, if this were to pull up just a little bit, it's not a big deal, but you just don't want it to come above because it changes your leveling. Okay, now this is installed. It's all done, and it's I did the leveling. The leveling is good on this on both sides. Got the leveling done, and it saved me. I'm going to tell you, I was spending about an hour and a half on each one of these with all the washers, removing back and forth and back and forth. A little bit of preparation, a little bit of foresight, some thought. Remember, put some leveling cement inside there. Let it stay there temporarily for a couple of days. Then come back and do the pilot drilling of all the holes, countersink all of your anchors, and then mount it again. And it's like boom, 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 so quick. don't let anybody tell you that there is one way of doing things and there is no way to improve things. Process improvement is a big deal. That's what I did when I worked integration before. Is there a better way to do things? So anyway, a point I think well taken, I hope. And let me go ahead and move on to the other one. So I have 1, 2, 3. I'll get this fourth one done, and then what I'll do is I'll cut that new wood, the post that we picked up yesterday. We'll cut it, we'll set it in there, so if they do make it to a point where they get around there, they can start working on this one. Then all I have to do is the 2 posts on the other side. I doubt it will all get done today. It's just, I know it won't get done today. But today is Wednesday. I think they are working on Thursday. If they are working on Thursday, I think this whole section can be completed. Let's see. Now just do a starter with this. Now we need it. Now we need a drill. We need a drill bit. That one's too big to have though.
That one, big one, this one.
Too big. It's too
Because
big.
that wood is very tigas.
Hard.
Hard.
All right. Okay. I tell you, you drill it and
Not
only
too
drill
big.
it. Only drill it that
Yes,
part.
yes.
Only drill it that part. All right.
Now,
Right.
okay. Now,
Drill. Okay, I'm not going to tighten it up all the way because we're going to go ahead and we're going to line the bottom one.
okay, we measure.
Right here,
Here?
down here. Should be 3.5 up there, 3.5.
3.5.
Should be about 3.5 there. Yep, it's good. Perfect,
Okay.
perfect. My eye is calibrated.
Very good.
Calibrated. All right, well, I'm here at the Stoneworks. Stoneworks here at the home center at Fiesta, the Fiesta Center that they have here. Now, Stoneworks, they're all over the place. They're right across the street on where I was buying it before, but they ran out of this color right here, the golden amber. So what I'm doing is they have everything I need here today. We need 4 more wheelbarrows full. They did the calculation of how much we needed to finish the entire project. So we have to get 8 white. We have to get 7 amber because I have 1 extra bag left over. Somehow I made a mistake in calculation. And then 4 of the sable black and then 4 of the red. And that's what we're picking up here today. We'll bring those home. They will have everything they need tomorrow. And they're not going to finish it all tomorrow because there's no way they're going to do 4 wheelbarrows in one day. They've been doing about two mixes a day. But we'll get pretty far for tomorrow mixing all the pebbles. So anyway, we're going to finish getting it here and we're headed right back to Villa Feliz. All right, back here at Villa Feliz, all of that pebble rock downloaded, ready for tomorrow to go into action. Let's go ahead and close for today. I got back a little after 5. All the workers are gone, and let's kind of do a wrap up of what happened today. And let's start again. It's one of those good, bad, and the ugly. Let's look at the ugly right now, since I'm standing here right in front of it. You can see they were working, and they got in a hurry. I'm going to say this is my assumption. They got in a hurry at the very end of the day, and instead of doing this properly, they popped off some of the board and they dropped all of my pebble rock down inside the driveway inside here. Plus this is all uneven here, gouges inside, and It was actually one of the workers who had never done it before. We've had one worker do all of the pebble rock all the way around, and I asked one of the workers if and since he had nothing to do, he was caught up on his stuff. I asked him if he would go ahead and we just want to put just a small amount of cement in the bottom of each one of these to get them level, set them, put some type of a filler inside, like some paper or foam, and then put a very small amount of concrete in the top for levelness, because remember, you don't want to put concrete all the way through like they did. And half of let me show you what happens when you this is a no-no. Don't fill up your composite wood post with concrete, because what happens is this right here, the concrete will expand and it will break your beautiful post. And we have this, about half of our posts are done like that. It was something I asked the workers not to do. Sometimes they think they know a better way of doing things, and that's what happens. So live and learn. If you're putting in composite wood, don't fill them with concrete. Use some other kind of mechanism. If you put concrete, just put small amounts near the bottom and some at the leveling area over 2/3 of the way up. So anyway, that's the ugly. But the good is this right here. Our ironworks team came in, and look at this. We got the handles in place. We got the Astragal in place. We got the Astragal on this door in place. So things are coming along. We have all the security bars on the inside for the windows. Those will be put in very soon. Today also, remember, first thing this morning, we dropped down the level of the grating in here, the galvanized grating. We moved the frame down the proper way, going in and cutting on the horizontal, and then doing a vertical cut over the horizontal, and dropped in nice and easy, the correct way of doing it. Let's see what else. As I said, up in the front of the yard, we had some of the pebble rock. Our main pebble rock guy, who does things right, got all of this done, the entire thing completed inside of here, and he started working on it. He started dumping it, but like I said, we had another worker that came in who isn't qualified yet to do the pebble rock. So tomorrow is I don't know what they're going to do with this. I don't know if they have to. Problem is, this is very expensive. When you lose all this, which all that stuff down there, it's gone. We won't be able to reuse that right there. And we have to dig it up anyway, because that's where grass is supposed to go. So that needs to be cleaned up. Let's go inside the house and see what was accomplished on the inside of the house. Okay, let's look at the CR on the first floor. Let's see what happened here with tiling. Oh my goodness, we have a water closet. We have a water closet. The tiling is done up there. Looks like the niche is in place. We have a niche. And is the vessel sink mounted? No, it is not. It's just sitting there right now. But maybe that will get done tomorrow. And you can see the granite was put in place. I don't know. It feels like it was actually with the tile adhesive, putting it in the corner. So good progress here. Nothing hooked up. There's no angle valve inside there, but I have the angle valve. I'll give that to them to install tomorrow. So we might have, by lunchtime tomorrow, we might have a working water closet, WC toilet, on the first floor for the very first time. And as you can see, our ironworks folks who are working here today diligently to get this space so that nobody falls from this area down to the basement section of the steps. This is a bigger bar than these other bars right here. I wanted the last one here so in case people grab onto it or anything like that, it's a little bit more secure than the other ones. We were supposed to go with a 1 by 1, 1 inch by 1 inch, but they weren't able to get that, and I don't know what the problem with the logistics on that was. So that's in place. There were some issues with the way it was designed originally. They came out, and this is how I defined it. Actually, I wanted to go straight down here, connecting this close right here to the rise, and they put it here, which is a little bit further, about this much further than I wanted, which pushes this out a little bit further than I wanted, and I just wanted an L here. But it's okay. It doesn't look bad, and it looks like it's locked and loaded, and this will prevent children from falling over in this area here as well. Remember, I put the handrail the other day If I get a chance, I don't know tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm kind of engaged with trying to get those mounting posts for the fencing material out in the where the driveway, the retaining wall at the very bottom of the driveway, that very high spot there. So I will continue working on that first thing in the morning. But this looks good. I'm happy with this. Well, we are ready to close for today. It's a special event, and we're going to go out and grab a bite to eat. So I actually have, I'm going to be like shout out old, and this is going to be like shout out new today. I'm going to catch a couple of belated shout outs, and one is an anniversary shout out. An anniversary shout out goes to Antonio and Marisol Ortega, and they are celebrating their 16th wedding anniversary on the 27th. Yesterday? Was it yesterday? Let's look. Oh, yes, it was yesterday. It was the 27th. And the couple are actually from Oakland, California. So anyway, to Antonio and Marisol, we want to wish you a happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
And I have a birthday shout out, and it's a belated birthday shout out because I am catching up on emails, catching up on comments. Of course, this build is so demanding at the very end, and I'm trying to do my best to be able to keep up with your requests as well. So anyway, this one comes from from the wife. It comes from the wife of the birthday recipient. And the birthday recipient's name is Ariel, and the wife's name is Lainey. And the couple live in Camarillo, California, and they have 2 children, and their children are Hannah and Nathan. Well, anyway, Ariel is celebrating his 44th birthday, or he celebrated his 44th birthday on March 25th. And I believe Ness has a couple of present day birthday shout outs that she's going to get in to go along with my past belated birthday shout outs.
Oh yes, and this one is coming from Albert Balili for his wife Vivian for her birthday. But he didn't state the date. But this Wednesday, today, is their 10th wedding anniversary.
Oh, so
Yes.
a wedding anniversary
A
and a birthday?
birthday,
Wow.
yes.
And I believe you have one more shout out, or is that it?
There's one more.
There's one more? Okay.
But
Okay, and we have one more that Ness is going to attempt to get all the information in on. There's a lot of
it's all
information on
in
this
the
one.
head.
Okay, and
All right, this one is coming from Mina Rivera for his loving father's 71st birthday.
and his name is
Oski
Oski
Rivera.
Rivera.
And they come from Binangonan, Rizal. Kai Tome, Binangonan, Rizal.
Wow. So anyway, to all of our birthday recipients and to all of our anniversary recipients, we want to wish you a happy anniversary and
Happy
birthday.
anniversary. Happy birthday.
So we're finally going to close for today. Today we had some advancements. The CR, the bathroom, it actually looks like we are moving towards a real bathroom inside there. I'm excited about that. The ironworks that got done today, we're coming closer and closer to closing out the ironworks. We only have a half day with the ironworks folks tomorrow. And then our normal workers, although we had some setbacks today, we had some advancements. The big advancement, remember, was getting that drain down in the position where it needs to be. And some of the pebble rock got done today. A lot of the touch-up and painting got accomplished today. I picked up the additional 24 bags of pebble rock that will be started tomorrow. Hopefully we get as much as that underway as possible too. Then we had the problem with the workers rushing off and letting that sit in the state that it is. But it is what it is. I know you keep saying, James, why do you keep saying it is what it is? Is because it is what it is. And you when you have problems like that, you just move on to the next thing. You can't dwell on it for too long, because if you do, it'll just eat you up, and you don't want that to happen. You always have to look at the positive, and that's what we try to do, look at the positive. So tomorrow is, what day is tomorrow? Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday, and it's build day, I think, 347?
Yeah.
I think it's 347. If not, you'll see a little correction inside the window here before we finish. And we will just continue. And then Friday, remember, Friday is a no work day, so we will not have any work going on here that I know of. I think all the workers are off then. And then vacation time comes up really quick for us. and we will continue on with our videos, even on vacation time, if that's what you would like, and see different parts of the world other than the Philippines. So we're going to close for now. It's time to grab something to eat. I got to get out of these boots. I got to get into something more relaxed. I need a shower, and then we'll head on out of here. Grab a bite to eat somewhere. So anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart way over there in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time we upload a new video. So until tomorrow, you have a wonderful and blessed day.